Well, thanks for joining us. We're here to celebrate Dr. Tracy Henry and her recognition as this past year's co-awardee of the Shanti Sitaraman Silver Pear Award for Mentoring. And so thank you for joining us. I was wondering if you could introduce yourself to us, please.
Hey, I'm Dr. Mark Spencer. I'm a graduate of the Emory Internal Medicine residency program, and I currently work as assistant professor of medicine at Emory University in the Division of General Internal Medicine. My practice is at Grady, where I do hospital medicine and primary care.
And what are some of the characteristics that you have found make up a good mentor?
To me, a good mentor has been someone who makes it a priority to be available and provides guidance through each stage of your career. A good mentor provides you with the tools to be self-sufficient in the end, so you don't always have to return to them for similar projects. They provide you not only with advice, but also with opportunities, and in that way can serve also as a sponsor. A mentor is able to use their own experiences to help you avoid pitfalls and find a more efficient path to success. They also are able to listen without judgment and can allow you to be more authentic, share your full ideas so that you can elicit more rich conversation, and then in that way can find more specific guidance to success.
And thank you for nominating Dr. Henry. Can you tell me how Dr. Henry exemplifies those characteristics of a good mentor?
To me, Dr. Henry, she really was my first and main mentor through my entire residency experience, which is a really tough time for a lot of people. And so she was a fantastic mentor for a lot of reasons. She really went out of her way to make herself available to me, and she always followed through. She was very dependable. Um, she's really thoughtful in her commitments, and she never overpromised. And she's very patient, and she would make the time to make sure that a mentee such as myself really understood the process that we were going through, whatever that project might be. This has looked like her guiding me through the writing, editing, and submitting my first ever opinion piece. Now I have, over a dozen, and through the same process of writing and editing and submitting and resubmitting my first grant application, that was successful with her guidance. And so, as a mentor, like she's really exemplified being also a connector and a sponsor, helping me branch out into organized medicine nationally and using her own relationships to get me in front of people that she know would advance my career. She's been able to foster my own interests and help me identify opportunities for my own growth. And I could probably say that, without Dr. Henry's mentorship, I may not have really considered a career in academic medicine. And so now I can really just hope to have a similar impact on a few students and residents in the same way that she's had on my career.
Awesome. Well, I do know that you've been paying it forward and being a mentor yourself. So thanks so much.
Well, hi, Dr. Henry. Thanks for joining us, and congratulations again for being a co-awardee for this past year's Shanti Sitaraman Silver Pear Award for Mentoring. I was wondering if you could introduce yourself to us.
Yes. So again, I'm Dr. Tracy Henry. I'm a general internal medicine physician. I practice both primary care and hospital medicine. I'm a clinician educator, leader, advocate. So I wear many hats, but most importantly, I love my hat as a mentor.
I wonder if you could maybe comment a little bit on your mentoring philosophy.
Sure. I believe that mentorship is not just about guidance. It's about helping people unlock their own innate power and potential. It's about advocacy. It's about opening doors and building bridges. And I also like to think it's most importantly about trust and creating safe spaces so that your mentees can really dig deep, envision, map out, work through, actualize their goals both professionally and personally.
If you had a couple of tips you would give to a new faculty who wants to be a mentor, what would you ask them to think about?
So the first things I would say is my first tip is show that you care. And then the second tip would be create a safe space so that the mentee can show up in an authentic way and show them how to be a mentee. So going back to showing that you care, the best mentor is the one who truly invests in your mentor's success. That could be manifested in showing up as deciding up front the cadence of your meetings. You know, are they monthly? Are they quarterly? How are you going to meet? Is it through via phone? Could it be a virtual meeting? Are you meeting in person? Is it after a case or after shadowing? And make sure you schedule regular time. So the same as you schedule a hair appointment or a patient appointment or classes, make sure you schedule your mentee mentorship appointments. Be intentional, be consistent, and show the mentee how to be a mentee. So what I've heard a lot of times from learners is that they want a mentor, but they're not really sure what they bring to the table. They're not sure what are the questions to ask. So walk them through in the first couple of meetings on these are the questions you should ask. What should a good mentorship relationship look like? You know, how can I best maximize this relationship?
And what are some of the joys and benefits that mentorship has given to you?
Oh gosh, so I love the idea of mentoring up. I like to say mentorship is a two-way street, and I grow just as much as the mentees do in the relationship. Watching the transformation from clinical uncertainty to clinically confident physicians is one of the greatest joys and rewards of being a mentor. Building a legacy. I'm sowing a seed. So the same way my mentors have sowed seeds in me and continue to sow a seed in me, I'm doing the same. So I'm paying it forward. And we're all are giving a toolbox of success for the next generation of physician, clinicians, leaders, and advocates.
Well, no, I have been a witness to your wonderful one mentoring, and so you are so well deserving. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm here with Dr. Kimberly Manning, who helped nominate Dr. Jada Bussey-Jones for her award. Dr. Manning, could you please introduce yourself?
My name is Kimberly Manning. I'm a professor of medicine in the Division of General Internal Medicine. I'm also fortunate to be the vice chair of RISE initiatives in the Department of Medicine and in an undergraduate medical education role as a small group advisor.
That's fantastic. So what are some characteristics you feel are important in a good mentor?
Particularly as you get to be mid-career and moving more toward a senior role, your mentor needs to be somebody that is not in competition with you. I don't think people think about that enough, but I think that's one thing. Your mentor needs to be interested in you, interested enough to listen to what you have to say and to try to help you co-create your next step. I think excellent mentors are people that aren't trying to recreate themselves, but instead trying to help you be your best person, and maybe even somebody who sees a greater version of you than you can even see of yourself. And then they just need to be somebody that you connect with. I think the best mentor-mentee relationships, they're relationships. And so people that you like and that you enjoy, they give you access to them. So a lot of my questions from my mentor, or even, when I talk to her, is just me knocking on her door and walking into her office, or me texting her to say, I need to run something by you.
Please discuss how Dr. Jada Bussey-Jones exemplifies these characteristics and why she was so deserving of this year's Shanti Sitaraman Silver Pear Award for mentoring.
First of all, I had the privilege of knowing Shanti, and for anyone to receive an award named for her, they need to be special. So, and I think Jada is that. Jada she's humble. She is insightful. She's a great listener. She's exemplary. I think what drew me to her as her to be my mentor is just watching her. Sometimes you see people at work, Ravi, and you think, I want to be that person. There's just so much about that person that I admire, and I think Jada does that. I think to be concrete, though, she listens, she's thoughtful, and then she holds on to the memory and then can help apply it when you're trying to make a decision. She is not someone who rushes you. If you have a concern that needs to be held in confidence, she will hold it in confidence. She's also fun. She's really fun and funny. So working with her on things like, for example, our inaugural Rise Committee and a lot of the initiatives that we developed together, just sort of watching her in action has been remarkable. Um, I met Jada when I came to Emory. She was sort of junior to mid-career at that point. And I thought that she was amazing then, but it really wasn't until I saw Jada step into a leadership role as our section chief in GIM at Grady that I really came to appreciate her quiet confidence, um, and just her ability to execute on things. She's just so as you can see, it's it's very, I mean, I put it into words in a letter, but it's just I think if you've ever been mentored by a good mentor, you feel seen, you feel safe, and you feel like you can do things, and you feel like you have a place to bring your concerns. And the cool part is that I'm not the only person who can say this about Jada. There were just like countless people who feel the same way. And sometimes when I'm with her, I feel like I'm her only mentee, but I'm not, you know? Um, and she just has a way of making you feel that your time with her is not at all an imposition on her, and and that you are worth her pouring into you. So I am a senior faculty member now, but I still very proudly look to her as my mentor and need her to be my mentor.
Well, thank you so much for spending some time with me today.
Hi, I'm here today with Dr. Jada Bussey-Jones, our award winner for this year. Dr. Bussey-Jones, why don't we first start off by introducing yourself?
Thank you so much, Ravi. I'm so happy to chat with you today. I am Jada Bussey-Jones. I am a professor of medicine, and I am the chief of Grady General Internal Medicine. I'm also the associate dean for professional development based on the Grady campus as well.
That's really great. Can you tell me about your mentoring philosophy?
I will say in general that mentorship has been so important to me, as it is for most people in academia, right? I mean, in order to be successful, that most of us have had formal and informal mentors along the way. And I, as a person of color, multiple intersecting identities, I have found that just being someone who can represent, and where diverse people may be able to see themselves in me, has been an important part of my mentoring role, but also that I can see other people, right? There's a fair amount of evidence that says that certain groups may be less likely to have mentors. Because mentors tend to pick people that they see themselves in, and because in academic medicine and corporate America that there tend to be less diversity at senior levels, that it's one of the things that I value the most. But when I engage with mentees or potential mentees, the main approach that I have is to try to first see them and not have them be mini me's, but to see what they bring to the table, what are their aspirations, and really to support their career trajectory in any way that they see fit, not necessarily even what I would want for them, but what they want for themselves, and really try to assist in finding that out.
Can you tell me about the joys of mentorship for you?
I mean, I think, again, in multiple roles. So I have been a traditional mentor where I have maybe a student or a learner or a junior faculty who I have the one-on-one dyad. They seek me out, define the relationship, say, hey, will you mentor me? I agree. We set ground rules. We try to set up their goals, their personal development plan. I have had peer mentoring relationships, which I've published about, where we are a group of people who are supporting each other. I have been still in my career and still am a mentee where I am more of a peer mentee, but working with other colleagues to sort of think about my next steps as well. And then the place where I'm enjoying a lot now and thinking about sort of more informal mentorship and support is in my role as chief, where I have about 60 people for whom I do their annual reviews. I've been really proud of how we've been able to sustain and support our faculty towards promotion. We have one of the most diverse faculties members across the School of Medicine, but we have, for example, 67% of our women that are at senior ranks and 48% of our historically underrepresented faculty that are now at senior ranks. And those numbers are really unparalleled. Of course, everyone has been promoted, but we've worked on some systems specifically to support and really everyone within our group. And so I've really loved those one-on-one, those group mentoring, and even building structures that support a whole group of people. So that's a big answer, but it's kind of mentoring in all the spaces.
Well, thank you so much for spending some time with me today.
Thank you so much for doing this. I think this is a great effort on the faculty development team and committee, so I appreciate your work.